My life took a significant turn when I grasped this simple philosophy: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I adopted this principle at the age of 25, and it became a game changer for me. Working hard at your job earns you a living, which is good, but working hard on yourself can create a fortune, which is even better. Initially, I didn't mind putting in the effort at my job, but I didn't see much change. It was only when I started investing in myself that my life began to shift. To put this philosophy in a more profound way, success is something you attract, not something you chase. Success comes when you become attractive yourself. This entire process is what we call personal development. You can achieve more than you currently have because you can become more than you currently are. If you can increase your value threefold or fivefold, you can easily multiply your income by the same margin. But the key lies in working hard on yourself. Improving yourself involves acquiring multiple skills, perhaps even learning different languages. However, working on yourself can be challenging because at times the hardest person to deal with is yourself. You might ask why you feel reluctant when you should be excited. This is where the real work begins. My first mentor, Mr. Shaw, used to say that the world is full of good people with only 11 or 12 truly unpleasant individuals. He joked that they move around a lot, so you might encounter one from time to time. But remember, there are so few of them that you can easily handle it. However, the real challenge is working on yourself. Your personality, attitude, mindset, and cultural understanding, all of these are critical. Mastering these aspects makes you responsible, attractive, powerful, and a skillful communicator. Once you achieve this, the world is yours. Are you ready to take control of your life? Are you tired of living under other people's rules, allowing them to dictate what you can and cannot do? If so, then listen carefully, never disclose what you plan to do. Many of us live lives confined by the expectations and limitations imposed by others. We let their doubts and criticisms hold us back from achieving our full potential. But it doesn't have to be that way. You have the power to break free and live life on your own terms. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you took complete control. Your life, your rules. Never reveal what you do. Imagine how your life would transform if you stopped caring about what others think. What if you no longer sought their approval or validation? Picture having the courage to chase your dreams and ambitions without worrying about judgment or ridicule. That kind of freedom awaits you when you embrace the mindset of never revealing what you do. Now, you might be thinking, isn't it important to consider others' opinions? Yes, to some extent. Being thoughtful and considerate is valuable, but there's a clear difference between respecting others' views and letting their opinions control your life. When you share everything you're doing, you unintentionally give others the power to influence your actions. You open the door for their doubts, criticisms, and negativity to take root in your mind. Over time, these small seeds of doubt can paralyze you with fear and indecision. However, when you choose not to disclose your plans, you reclaim your power. You gain back control of your life and your decisions. You become the captain of your own ship, steering confidently toward your goals without being weighed down by others' opinions or expectations. But doesn't this make me seem arrogant or selfish? Not at all. In fact, it's a sign of self-respect. When you constantly seek validation, you're implying that other people's opinions are more important than your own dreams. You allow their voices to shape your path. On the other hand, by keeping your plans to yourself, you're acknowledging that your life belongs to you alone. You decide what's right for you, and that self-assurance earns respect. Even if people don't agree with your choices, they will admire your confidence and independence. I know this mindset isn't easy to embrace. From childhood, we're taught to seek approval and fit into societal norms. But if you want a life of true freedom and fulfillment, you have to break free from those invisible chains. When you stop sharing your plans and focus on taking action instead, you'll feel a sense of empowerment like never before. You'll move toward your goals without the weight of judgment holding you back. Let me share a story to illustrate this. A few years ago, I met a young man named Michael. He was ambitious, driven, and full of big ideas. However, every time he shared his plans, he was met with doubt, criticism, and negativity from friends and family. They told him to play it safe, to focus on a secure job instead of chasing unrealistic dreams. Instead of getting discouraged, Michael made a choice. He stopped sharing his goals with others. He stayed focused, worked quietly, and let his actions do the talking. Over time, his efforts paid off. He built a thriving business, achieved financial success, and lived the life he had always imagined. Michael's story teaches us a powerful lesson. When you stop announcing your plans, you remove unnecessary negativity and distractions. You give yourself the space to work, grow, and succeed. So are you ready to take control of your life? Stop letting the opinions of others hold you back. Keep your goals and plans private, work hard in silence, and let your results speak for themselves. The world doesn't need to know what you're doing, they will see it when you succeed. Michael's journey. Michael was an ambitious young man with grand dreams and even bigger ideas. Yet, no matter where he turned, he encountered doubt and criticism. His family and friends dismissed his business ideas as unrealistic, advising him to choose a safe and secure job. His colleagues mocked his ambitions, telling him he'd never achieve anything. Even strangers seemed to look at him with disdain, silently wondering, who does he think he is? Despite all this negativity, Michael refused to let it define him. Rather than seeking approval or defending his aspirations, he adopted a powerful mindset. He stopped sharing his plans. He blocked out the doubt, tuned out the noise, and focused solely on his goals. While others were busy criticizing, Michael was busy working. Day and night, he tirelessly turned his ideas into reality. And guess what? He succeeded. Against all odds, Michael built a thriving business empire. His success not only made him wealthier than he'd ever dreamed, but also allowed him to positively impact the lives of countless others. The very people who had once doubted him now wanted to be a part of his success. They sought to bask in his glory, riding the wave of his achievements. But Michael remained true to himself. He didn't need their approval then, and he certainly didn't need it now. He lived by his philosophy, never reveal what you're doing. He knew his success was due to his resilience, his vision, and his ability to keep moving forward despite the skepticism around him. I'm not sharing Michael's story to make you feel envious or to boast about his success. I'm sharing it because it's a powerful example of what happens when you stop living for others and start living for yourself. When you stop revealing your plans, you take back control. You remove the negativity and distractions that others might bring. You focus on what really matters, your dreams and your goals. This doesn't mean it's easy. The doubts and criticisms of others will still creep in. You'll face moments where you'll feel tempted to follow society's expectations, to take the safe path that everyone recommends. But in those moments, you must remind yourself why you started in the first place. Remember the dreams that once burned brightly within you. Draw strength and resilience to keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. The only validation you need is from yourself. When you embrace the mindset of never disclosing what you do, you tap into a level of freedom and power you never imagined. You become the architect of your life, charting a course that aligns with your values and ambitions. And when success comes, it will be on your terms. So let me ask you, are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to stop letting other people's opinions and expectations hold you back? Are you ready to pursue your dreams without fear of judgment or ridicule? If so, repeat these words with conviction. I will never tell people what I do. I will live life on my own terms. I will not let anyone dictate what I can or cannot achieve. I am the captain of my ship, and I alone will chart my course. Say it with passion. Say it with unwavering determination. Because when you adopt this mindset, you'll realize that the only limits in life are the ones you place on yourself. Stop seeking permission. Stop waiting for validation. Start taking action. The path ahead won't be easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But with the right mindset and the courage to persevere, you can overcome them all. So take control, live boldly. Embrace the philosophy of never disclosing what you do, and watch as your life transforms. A whole new world will open up, one where boundaries no longer exist and your dreams know no limits. You'll look back one day with pride, knowing you lived life on your own terms and achieved what others only dared to dream. When we stop disclosing our plans, the walls that once confined us begin to fall. We are no longer bound by the limitations and expectations of others. Instead, we are free to reach for the stars and achieve things that others can only dream of. Some of you might be wondering, isn't it important to listen to advice and feedback from others? Shouldn't we take their perspectives into account? And yes, it's essential to be open to different viewpoints and consider the opinions of those with more experience. However, there's a big difference between listening to advice and letting others dictate your life. By embracing the mindset of never revealing what you do, you're not shutting out the world or ignoring others' perspectives. You're simply choosing to take control of your own life, to be the captain of your ship. You listen to advice, but ultimately the decision is yours. This kind of self-determination is a trait that others admire and respect. People may not always agree with your decisions, but they will respect the fact that you're living life on your own terms. Let me share the story of Sarah. a talented artist with a dream of displaying her work in prestigious galleries around the world. Despite her passion, she constantly faced doubt and criticism from those around her. Her parents urged her to abandon her dream and choose a more secure path. Sarah's story. Sarah always dreamed of being an artist and displaying her work in the world's top galleries. But those around her didn't share her vision. Her parents told her to pursue something practical, while her friends mocked her ambitions, claiming she'd never succeed. Yet Sarah didn't let their doubts hold her back. She kept her plans to herself and ignored the criticisms, focusing solely on perfecting her craft. Day and night, she honed her skills and sought out mentors to help her grow, never allowing others to dictate her path. And against all odds, her dedication paid off. Her art gained recognition, and soon she was showcasing her work in prestigious galleries worldwide. The people who once doubted her now wanted to share in her success. But Sarah didn't seek their approval. She stayed true to herself, living life on her own terms. This story shows that the philosophy of never disclosing what you do isn't just about achieving success, it's about living authentically. When we let others' expectations control our lives, we lose our sense of self. But when we choose to keep our plans to ourselves, we reclaim that freedom. Living authentically leads to a sense of joy and fulfillment that cannot be matched. Moreover, by living life on your own terms, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage to break free from society's limitations can ignite a spark in them to follow their own dreams. Yes, it takes resilience, but it's worth it. Think of people like Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, and Steve Jobs who didn't let others' doubts stop them. Like them, you can achieve great things by staying true to your vision. The journey won't be easy, but with determination, you'll overcome any obstacle. Take control of your life and live on your terms. The world will change when you embrace the mindset of never revealing what you do. So start today and turn your dreams into reality.